Hey, what's going on everyone? I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that all of you are having a great day, and thank you for joining me for your daily dose of Star Wars. The Solo trailer has arrived, and I gave you guys a quick little reaction at the beginning of my video where Alden Ehrenreich talks about his portrayal of Han Solo. But just to quickly recap, I thought that the trailer was great. I think that this trailer will really turn a lot of people's heads who weren't paying attention to Solo that closely. I think this really has the potential to reel in new Star Wars fans who only know about it but don't really want to invest their time diving into this world. The trailer opened up with shots of a city, but for some of the more casual fans out there, what you might not know is that the city we see is the city of Corellia, which is where our favorite scoundrel Han is from. The trailer continued to show us shots of Corellia, and where we see what looks like an Imperial Star Destroyer is showcasing Corellia's shipyards. We see Han walking, and following that is one of the favorite shots we've gotten so far showcasing Han from the initial teaser that we got during the Super Bowl. Next we see Enfys Nest and her gang, and their official name is the Cloud Riders. Behind Enfys Nest's head you can see her swoop bike, which has been promoted in some of the merchandising thus far, but we're not really sure how it works. The next shot shows us Han's blaster and a shot of his face, making it look like he's staring down the Cloud Riders. But knowing Lucasfilm, I'm willing to bet that this is another shot entirely, and it's just edited together to give us this idea that they're facing off. And when they show Han's face staring down at them, you can see Chewie's shoulder in the bottom left, which is another reason I think that this is from a different shot completely. The trailer then brings in Lando, and he's clearly surrounded by some shady characters. Some of these characters, when they show Lando surrounded by all of them, were featured in the Denny's commercial. Han is dealt into the game Lando was playing, and he goes all in, and maybe this is where he wins the Falcon from Lando. The next shot shows us Han and Chewie gazing up at the Millennium Falcon, and this must have been something done in the reshoot process, because initially Chewie wasn't standing with Han as he's looking up at it. At first Han was alone, but now we have Chewie involved. Next we are shown Han and Qi'ra, and we've seen some of this scene in the last teaser in the trailer, but there's a little more this time. Qi'ra's line implies that the two of them haven't seen each other in a long time but are familiar with one another. We see another shot where Chewie wasn't initially included, but it seems like he's the luggage man now, just carrying all of their stuff. Then we see Han and Beckett talking, and then we are taken to see Dryden Vos, who is a big shot gangster in this film, and he's played by Paul Bettany. Next we are shown Han and Qi'ra driving through the streets of Corellia, and it's like this will be from the beginning of the film, which will make Qi'ra's line from earlier in the trailer make much more sense when their paths cross later in the film. The next thing we see is also something from earlier in the movie, and it appears that the same sequence from the initial teaser we got during the Super Bowl where Han is talking to an Imperial officer about wanting to be the best pilot in the galaxy. Next we see Han piloting a cargo hauler on the snowy location, and Enfys Nest's gang is flying next to it. Next Han is talking to Beckett, telling him he's waited a long time for a shot like this. This is where the humor kicks in as Han is walking with Chewie, and he doesn't get the answer he wanted to justify what he's about to do, so he tells him, what do you know? We see Qi'ra walking with Han and Chewie, and we learn that Han and Lando's paths connected initially through her, with the quote, "He's the best smuggler around." We see Han ask Lando if what he's heard about him is true, and in the back of the frame we see Sam Posla, who is an interstellar lawman who has had a small appearance in Rogue One as well. Donald Glover finally speaks, and he seems very cool as Lando, and I can't wait to see more from him. L3 seems to be beating up Ron Howard's brother Clint, who is in every single one of his movies in one way or another, and we know he's going to have a cameo in this film, and I think that was it. We're then shown inside the Falcon, and then we're back to Han and Beckett trying to tell Han what he's about to get himself into and what this life entails. We see some of the Falcon with Lando piloting, and then we are back on the Convex, where Beckett is opening fire on some of the range troopers. Han has joined Beckett for this heist, and this is going to be playing a big role in Han's life down the road, and getting him into the underworld. Beckett tells Han some advice that's assume everyone will betray you, and you'll never be disappointed. We also see a shot of the new walker, which is an AT-DT walker, and then we see Val firing on the snow planet during the heist. Perhaps the best part of this trailer to me is when we see Chewie and his wife Mala, who was first brought into the fold during the Star Wars Holiday Special, and was brought into canon during a few novels, most notably in Empire's End. Han says I've got a really good feeling about this in this trailer, which is a brilliant line from Lawrence Kasdan to kind of play off what we know about the bad feeling in all of this. My favorite line from the trailer, and probably from the movie, will be, I'm calling it now, 190 years old? You look great! We are then shown a variety of shots. We see Dryden Vos and we see some mud troopers on Mimban, and then we see Chewie throw someone on his head, ow, which I'm guessing is in the minds of Kessel. And then the trailer ends with Han and Chewie being glad that they took the job. That wraps things up for me here in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. If you guys want to become a daily coffee drinker, hit that bell down there to receive a notification on your iOS or Android device the second a new video goes live. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do that as well by following me at SW Coffee YouTube on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you guys are interested in the DC Extended Universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, go check out my second channel I run with my friend Cameron called YT Jitters. Link is in the description. Thank you guys for watching. As always, keep loving Star Wars, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.